It's your boy DJ Wolf here on a Friday. Friday. And yeah, here's my Friday rant. Alright. I actually watched a couple of YouTube stories involving a couple of treacherous sisters out there. Both stories, of course, is in crazy ass New York. You know, I could say crazy ass New York because I've been there 3 times, I know. Last time I was in New York, I almost got into a fight, so I almost got into a confrontation that almost would have led to a fight, but that's another story. And that's why I say crazy ass New York, because there's always some shit going on over there. I mean, it's a nice place to visit, honestly. There's some great restaurants there, some great sightseeing to do in New York. And here's the thing. New York, you can never do it all in one day. Hey, for personal experience, you can never do it all in one day. It's going to take some time. I mean, I've been there 3 times, and every time I went, it was something different I was able to do. So, never a dull moment. I just couldn't live there. Too expensive, too crowded, too busy, and too many attitudes. Anyway, wanted to get a couple things off my mind here. And one of the things I wanted to get off my mind was 2 stories about stuff happening in New York. One was involve the case of it was 5 young men who were accused of raping this girl, and there was something to do with the father. As a matter of fact, it happened over in Brooklyn, and allegedly the 5 guys that raped this girl in the park. And somebody that told the father to leave. That was the initial story. Come to find out, they dropped the charges because there was not enough evidence to even continue with the trial. All the 5 got off, but found out that the girl was having relations with her father, her estranged father, of course. And that's the story that I got off of YouTube. Go check it out for yourself for more information on that. But that's what went down. And there was another story that really bothered me. Very, very disturbing. It was a story of a young baby. I don't think he was 2 years old. He was 16 or 16 months. Also happened in New York. And mother left the child with this woman. Who they said had some mental issues and drug problems. She was, I think, she was about 30, and she had did unspeakable, horrible things to this child, and she ended up killing him. And what I'm trying to get at is, all women got issues. I'm just telling you from personal experience. All women have issues, and part of that, to me personally, I know it's from this Women's Lib. Women's Lib had a lot to do with why all women have issues that they have today, and that's a known fact. That's a known fact. You know, you try to hold a door open for a woman, she'll look at you like you're crazy. You try to speak to them, just to speak to them, not you trying to talk to them to get no booty or anything off of. They look at you like you're crazy. You try to have a regular, normal conversation with a bitch, and all they do is pop off. You know? And, yeah, our women got issues, man. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it out like I call it. I love my black women, but you know what? Y'all got to get off that mess. That's why guys treat you like shit. That's why they do. Because your whole attitude is all about you and nothing else. And that's been proven. There was a story about a 20-year-old woman who left her 2-year-old daughter by herself in her apartment or house, wherever they lived at. The mother went to go stripping at a strip club. Left the baby in the house. And there was, I think it was a heater. kerosene heater. I don't know what kind. I don't recall what kind of heater it was. Space heater. It was space heater. Space heater that fell over somehow and fell on something, caught fire, and a 2-year-old was found dead, covered up under the bed. That's a damn shame. You know, when I hear stories like that, and I know what people say. Well, white people. See, that's the problem. We too busy worried about what other people do. When the fuck we gonna start learning about what the fuck we doing to each other? That's the problem that I have. Every time you point out any and every idiosyncrasy to do with anybody black, specifically women, guys too. You got guys do it too, but specifically women. The first thing they say, is either your mama black or white women do this or white women do that. I don't care about that. If you base all your idiosyncrasies on what some other woman do, then you're not too bright. I had a conversation with 2 women years ago, and it was about sisters with attitudes. Of course, first thing they said when we talked about it, and into the conversation, like, well, not all women are like that. I said, well, maybe not all women like that. A lot of ones I know are, So I'm just like, you guys always using cop-outs to get out of every situation, every conversation to do with truth about relationships. They do it all the time. Yeah, it's okay for a black woman to talk loud. It's okay for them to sit and lie on you. It's okay for them to do all that stuff. And they do. As soon as you call them out about any and every idiosyncrasy, the first thing they do is want to get an attitude with you. Happens every time. Happens every time. And the shit after a while gets old. And then y'all wonder about why black women, a lot of black women are not being courted by guys when they, get successful, like ballers. That's why a lot of ballers don't deal with them. And you know what? I don't fucking blame them. I really don't. I can't blame a black man for dealing with years of mothers, tripping. Matter of fact, there was a story I saw on the show, Preachers of Atlanta, and one of the pastors who is also a police officer was dealing with his mother, and he loves mother dearly, and I respect that and all that. But man, she was out there, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell it like it is. She was way out there. She got around. She got around. And that's no disrespect to his mother or him, but I mean, let's be real. He admitted that she had been involved in several abusive relationships with guys, shitheads, for the most part. And I'm like, okay, this woman put her children in harm's way of those fools. Literally. Risking not only their life or her life, but their lives as well. And to me personally, that was, lack of a better word, selfish. Because she didn't think enough of them children to say, hey, you know what? Let me leave them type of guys alone. Another problem with black women. Black women, see, and I'm going to talk about it. They always want to be entertained a lot. Now, wine and dining when the time is right for wine and dining is one thing, but it's always like that in a lot of cases. And you got that group of women, and many of them, who say, I don't want no boring man, or I don't want, I had a girl one time told me one time, well, do you have any friends light skinned, drive BMW, got cars, got a good job doing this, that, blah, blah. You know what? You're shallow. Because you're thinking only of yourself. You ain't thinking about who, the kind of relationship that you want to have. You think about the kind of relationship that you can have for yourself based on what you can get out the guy. Not about the relationship itself. You're looking at material things over the relationship automatically. When she told me, I was like, man, I'm done. Because I was talking to a friend. And I figured if she like that, she'd probably be trying to influence her as well. And I'm like, I ain't dealing with either one. I said, I'd rather not deal with none of y'all. Nah, don't get me wrong. I've been married 24 years, And as much as I love my wife, there's some mess I won't put up with. I ain't gonna lie. I won't be respected, But nevertheless, let's move on. But a lot of times our women expect us to always be, they expect the men to always be calm before the storm, but they could go ahead and raise all kind of holy hell on you. As soon as you question them about it, all of a sudden, oh, I wasn't doing anything. Really? You get called out on something you know you did, and then you flat out deny it the moment you get caught. And knowing that shit ain't right. I've seen it happen too many times. Way too many times. Also, yesterday, Donald Trump, and I don't know if he won or not because I just had too long got up. Donald Trump was leading in the polls again in a different primary. Last I checked, he was leading at 44%. What is up with this guy? Why are people such in a kiss-ass mode for Donald Trump? This dude is ratchet. This dude has ruined companies. This dude had lost casinos. I mean, come on. The Donald is a guy you cannot trust. And if you do, you's a damn fool. Yeah, I said it. This dude is he has a dangerous type of mindset. He just say whatever is on his mind. He just say shit for sound bites. He doesn't give a. I mean, really, truthfully, he just all he is a big time shit talker. He's more style than substance. He's not about the people. And fools are out here buying into the fact that they think that he's really about the people. He's not. That's the scary part. They're willing to sit there and devalue values for the sake of hearing somebody saying something that they like to hear. Not what he can do for the good of the country. Which is, speaking of, I've been watching some of the primaries, and and all these, and it really, it's more about mudslinging. And like I said, the media itself is as much into the mudslinging as these politicians are, particularly the Republican candidates. I don't hear them talk about any real issues. I mean, we got too much shit going on. We got child abuse out here at our all-time high. We got crime rates at the all-time, well, let's put it like this. Crime is out of control. You got homelessness. You got joblessness. You got poison water in Michigan. You got all kind of shit going on, man. And yet still, these politicians only talking about, well, you said that I couldn't buy cookies yesterday, or I'm laying in the polls and blah blah. That's all y'all care about is numbers. You don't care about people. This is why I ain't gonna lie. No offense, and I ain't really hate nobody, but I hate politicians. I hate them because I don't respect what they're doing to people and what they're not doing for people. What they're doing to people is taking the money. What they ain't doing for people is the stuff that the money's being spent on. for the stuff that the people really need. You know? And I'm sick of it, man. It just, and like, I was watching the video, my man, Tommy Sotomayor, dude, who I actually did, get the chance to meet last year. I actually talked to Tommy. He's also a YouTuber like myself. Check out his videos, on YouTube and mine as well. But he talked about that 16-month-old child who was murdered. And he talked about with a passion I've never seen him do in the 3 years I've followed him. And he was right on point when he said, you know, we need to get serious about, you know, child abuse laws. You know, we need to get serious by doing better care of taking care of kids, man. And he's right. And, you know, and I co-sign with him on that, because one thing you notice that the media don't do a lot of talking about is that. Notice the cannons don't do a lot of talking about is children. The welfare of our children. You know? Notice one thing that the BLM, or make a long story short, Black Lives Matter don't talk about is abuse of children in our communities. Where were they at? I have yet to see a major Black Lives Matter rally where they actually, other than the ones getting shot by cops. See, that's why I said the Black Lives Matter narrative to me is very narrow. I'm sorry, it is. It's very narrow, and I'm still going to say that. Matter of fact, ever since I talked about Black Lives Matter, several, not only YouTubers, but people on talk radio and regular talk radio have all finally realized that the Black Lives Matter movement is a joke. I've heard several of them. I mean, wow. So it's not just me seeing it that way. I see it that way because it's fact. The Black Lives Party is a joke. It's a total joke. I've noticed that. And like I said, I'm not the only one that's seeing it like that. A lot of radio and social media people are seeing the same thing I'm saying now. And I wasn't saying it to try to belittle the actions of them carrying out, you know, fighting injustice against the police. I was saying it because the fact that they're only looking at one narrative of black lives. That was my whole rant on that. It still is. Because if you're going to talk about one aspect of black lives, talk about all aspects of it. You know, don't just point out the ones you want to be seen on TV. Point out the ones that ain't seen on TV. Come on now. Let's get real. Let's get real. Black Lives Matter shouldn't be just about blacks being attacked by cops. I'm not saying that you shouldn't talk about it. It shouldn't be just about that. But it should also be about what we're doing to each other. It should also be about protecting our children. Not only from bad cops, from bad people. You know? That's all I'm saying. If you're going to be about Black Lives Matter, then be about it. Don't just talk about one aspect of it. Be 360 about the whole thing, man. Come on now. That's all I'm saying. But still your code. I'm going to try to get in here hopefully tonight and do my show. But yeah, seriously though. Just be more about what you're talking about and not BS about it. Not beat around the bush. That's basically what I'm trying to say. You know, guys? So, it's DJ Wolf. I got more to say on the back burner. Just not right now. But, in any case, questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Anything that's on your mind? You know, give me a holler. For all to hear at gmail.com. For all to hear at outlook.com. My Twitter address is at for all to hear. No, I can't wear that. I'll wear it tomorrow. And my For All to Hear TV channel is For All to Hear TV on YouTube. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got for right now. I'm looking to do a show this weekend. I may have to get it in tonight because I got a lot of stuff going this weekend. So, got to get the studio mic hot so I can get this going because I got more to rant about on my show tonight. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to your boy. Thanks for downloading. Thanks for following me. I really appreciate that. I can also be, you can follow me also on Instagram on DJ Wolf 50. That's DJ Wolf 50 on Instagram. I'm actually going to try to post some more content on that as well. All right, guys. Talk to you later.